Major funding for this series is provided by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and by the annual financial support of viewers like you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for another episode of This Crazy Old Community Theater. Now, we are joined by a very special guest this afternoon. We have Dr. Joseph Vaughn here, and we're going to be discussing another community theater.
Hello. Thank you, John.
The pleasure is mine. Now, Dr. Vaughn, tell us what theater we're going to be discussing this afternoon.
Well, John, I'm very excited, but we will take a look at the historic Grandstreet Theater in beautiful Helena, Montana.
Oh, which is the state capital of Missouri.
Montana.
Montana, right. Right, I'm actually really good at state capitals. It's kind of like a hobby of mine. Well, no, like ask me a state, I can tell you the capital.
Rhode Island.
Oh, okay, I see what you did there. Trick question. That's an island, not a state. Well, we're here to discuss the historic, the impactful, the epic Grandstreet Theater. Now, I was looking at some photos, and based on like the architecture and the angle of the rocks, and the radial radius of the window structures, it strikes me as an intensely old building.
For theater in America, it
I mean,
is.
you say it would be like late 14th century. I'm kind of getting like post-Mediterranean Renaissance vibe.
No, none of that is right at all. Actually, the building was a Unitarian church built in 1901, and unfortunately, in the early 1930s, Helena suffered a violent earthquake and really devastated. A tremendous amount of damage and infrastructure damage happened.
I mean, in earthquakes, I've heard it's bad, but it's really bad for the environment.
Yeah.
They're dangerous. They're really bad for the environment.
Earthquakes?
Yeah, earthquakes.
No. Well, they're not good. Anyway, back to the point. The local library, tragically, was also destroyed. So the church was donated and became the public library for Helena for several decades. And it wasn't until the mid-1970s that it became a full-time performance space.
Now, Dr. Vaughn, I'm always curious. Do you think it's possible this theater, Grandstreet Theater, was the theater Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in?
No. As I said, this building was built in the early 1900s, and Lincoln was assassinated well before this building was constructed.
Okay. Well, I mean, like I said, I just thought, and I mean, there's not really any way to prove that, so we'll have to get our fact checkers in there. Now, I did want to address this beautiful stained glass structure. I mean, it's kind of become iconic for the Grandstreet Theater. Am I right?
Yes, it was a stunning piece and a project by Tim Corduroy.
Corduroy. I want him to hear that.
It's stunning piece and a real passion project of Tom Cordingley's.
Oh, now accordingly. Okay, now I have heard a rumor about him that he was tan.
Tan?
Tan.
I don't know. I've never met the man.
Okay, now, I mean, real question here. It is an old building, so is it haunted?
Well, actually, that's a little bit of local lore. There's this ghost named Clara.
Seriously?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just a story, but it's.
Okay, no. No, it was a joke question, okay? We don't do that here. We don't do ghosts here.
Sorry.
No, it's really scary and it's dangerous. No ghosts.
Sorry.
No ghosts. No ghosts. Ghosts.
Well, to put a bow on this, I think it's really special how this building, whether it's supporting the community with an outlet like the library, providing high quality theater in a part of the country you may not expect to find such amazing work, such terrific, passionate people.
No, and I was just about to make that point, but
the legacy of Grandstreet Theater is one of support, devotion to the community. And it's really why in these trying times we make the point to support them when they can't be open.
yeah, and why can't they be open right now?
Why can't they be open? The pandemic.
Excuse me?
COVID-19. I mean, it's all over the news.
Okay. So there's a covert
Pandemic.
and nobody. Excuse me, I didn't realize this was amateur hour.
As I was saying, the staff they really want.
And you know what? Let's bring them up. This one, I believe the term is performance czar.
I'm the artistic director.
Jeffrey Downing. He's cute.
He's a handsome man.
And tell me now, who is this?
Marianne Williams. Marianne Adams.
You're thinking of the crazy lady running for president. And this is who?
Oh, this is Marianne Adams. She's the director of the education program and actually very accomplished. She was a finalist for the Excellence in Theater Education Award in 2015. She was in attendance at the Tony Awards at Carnegie Hall, so you know.
And if you just look at these people, I mean, they wouldn't survive on the streets, you and I, we're scrappy young men and everything. I don't know. I don't see these people surviving long, and that's why it's so important that we support them right now. And once my tech team gets their act together, then we're gonna post some links so that you can go and donate even something small. Where's the camera? Even something small right now would help out so much. It's so important to keep them sustained. Dr. Joseph Vaughn, it's been an experience. Thank you so much, for coming on and just talking about all these ideas.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
That does it for this episode of this crazy old community theater. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we really look forward to having you join us for next week's episode.
Like you.